Hi, this is Eric, and I'm at Ups and Downs Miniature Zebu Ranch and Fruit Forest, Citra Florida, and this is Florida Natural Farming. So I wanted to do a video because I just got back from Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm and got a bunch of seeds. Some people think that I'm like, that I waste seeds and stuff, but I got like 60 to 70 MB, and then about 30 or 40 Madruno, and I don't know, at least 50 mixed Garcinia intermedia, but mostly Eric Sweet, because that's the one I like the best, even though it only produces once a year. And then the Achachiro. There was some few ripe fruit on it, and there was some fruit that got damaged from the hail that just ripened prematurely. See the big nick on it? So I just picked these off, little nicks from the hail on it. It pretty much destroyed most of our fruit crop that we had, or damaged it, I should say. A lot of it did get destroyed, like the mangoes and the MB and stuff, but I took it upon myself to realize that we couldn't really sell a lot of the fruit, and I wanted to share it with people that I know that grow food for us or are into growing naturally, that I know that come by often at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm, like my friend Frank and a few other people. And so I spread the seeds around. But I produce all these seeds. It's not like we actually produce seeds, so at Frog Valley Farm. So they're free to me, and I have hundreds of more trees that I planted from there, and I still have flowers and fruit on the trees down there. So I'm able to experiment and push boundaries of growing these Garcinias, these rare Garcinias, and I have experience growing them naturally. And even if we can't get fruit production, which I highly doubt on some of them, like Achachiro, but I'm open to, in the future, if they can grow here, and we'll see, that eventually, 30 years or whatever, they could fruit. So I want the teas, the leaf for my teas, because I make fruit leaf teas, and the Garcinias are highly medicinal, and there's known bioactive compounds in them. And these seeds will inoculate the soil with tropical fruit tree microbes. And the bananas and the system will help store those and build them up. So all is not lost. Just the act of planting seeds in the soil is akin to us consuming sprouts for nutritional value. So it does put nutrition into the soil, and people need to recognize that the act of planting seeds is probably one of the most important things you could do for a food forest, diversity. And so that's what I do. And I've been planting seed-grown trees here, and I've been planting my bananas was the first thing. And all the bananas have come up, or are coming up. You could see them. These are the ones that I chopped off, the tops, and just planted the rhizome, but they survived the winter and started growing. And the ones that I didn't, hi Snickers, you little darling cat. The one I didn't chop the tops off, they never got burnt. So it made me question whether or not I could even grow mangoes or stuff up here. But I know I can grow mangoes, so I got 135 mango fruits I brought with me, and I'm going to plant the seeds of those. I planted some loquats. I planted our galangal spinach, or ginger spinach, the chaya spinach, and everything seems to be growing good. And I planted over 250 cassavas. So the deer keep eating the leaves on them, but they're growing. Here's the yummy, my friend Frank's variety of yummy loquats. I've yet to taste a good loquat, so but I did plant some Garcinia Livingstoniae in the winter, and they survived, some seed-grown trees. It was kind of late in the winter, but it has still been cold, and they never showed any type of drought stress. I'm going to go look at them. These are our little loquats. They look good. Very happy. This place is going to be an amazing food forest eventually. There's my mangoes, some mango seeds. Mangoes have been very good. They were all like, I don't know, out of like 33 fruit, 7 of them would be unblemished. So it's like, meaning they didn't have any nicks from the hail. So it was just unfortunate, but it made me give fruit away again. So I do mail people fruit to sell, but very small percentage of our fruit or seeds has been sold this year because of the hail, or will be sold. In fact, we're not selling any mangoes this year at all. Oh well, I shouldn't say that, because we do have a small second crop that maybe we'll sell mangoes if they're unblemished, but a lot of them look blemished. These are the big citrus that was here, and the vulture people. Black chickens. Yep, those are buzzards. Snakes. Don't trip me, please. So, but here's, look at this MB, Garcinia Livingstonia. So that made me question whether or not we could actually grow these up here. Get away from there, cat. So I planted a lot of the Garcinia madruno, like over 100 seeds around the pole stakes, and I don't see them coming up yet, but that doesn't mean anything. The soil was cold. I was like, are they gonna, like, is it gonna kill the seed embryo? I just don't think it. I think it was just sending down roots until it warmed up. And of course, we don't water anything. Nothing has been watered here. So the pots, I give some water to. I got some stuff planted in here, some loquats I was going to give to my neighbor. My mulberries are looking good. So my Garcinia seeds, I just poke my finger in the ground, like an inch, shove a seed in there, and I plant them around my cassava, so there's some sort of marker for them. But I don't mark anything. If it's not going to produce fruit, I really don't care, and I can recognize what they are usually. Yeah, our seed source is regenerative, so no seeds are really wasting anything. They're putting biology into the soil. These are our rose apples from the Palme Rosa rose apple. No, this might be a loquat. This is a Pomarosa rose apple. I mean, not a loquat. This is a cherry of the Rio Grande. This is a little seedling mulberries. And I guess this is, but it looks different. This is definitely, and this is. And these are all cherry of the Rio Grande seedlings I'm going to plant here. In fact, I should do that, but I think I put some stuff in here later, so I'm letting this grow a little bit. This is a weed, of course. But notice no plastic pots. I'm totally anti-plastic. Black plastic that people use to grow in is solid, forever chemicals of non-stick pots. The black in the non-stick pans is the plastic you use to grow your food in. So I don't know how to be more direct than that, but that's what it is. So they pollute everything they come in contact with, and that's your soil. A lot of people put black plastic on the ground. I've seen it. People that pretend to be for the environment. They're just tons of plastic use going on. It's just stop being part of the problem. This is that Bakuri or something from my friend Frank, Garcinia. I need to plant that at Frog Valley Farm. There's more of those rose apples. So I need to divide these. I have to give one to my friend Nigel. There's another Garcinia. This looks like, I don't know, is it? There's a couple things growing in here. There's something there, but that, anyway, oh, this is definitely that grapefruit. I could see the grapefruit. It's the best fruit I ever had from the neighbor's tree, growing naturally next door in shade, no greening. Fruits year round, this is it for sure. They just, I don't know, they even look better than everyone else. Definitely taste better. These are the loquat seeds my friend Frank gave me, or he gave me a bunch of seeds. So maybe I should wait to let this stuff come up. This looks like the Rollinia tree. I was thinking maybe it was the passion vine. This is definitely passion vine. But there's all kinds of little clementines coming up here. Is this a mulberry coming up? Could be. I think it might be. But yeah, you get the idea. It's like I need to get the stuff in the ground, but I have so much stuff. But that's the size I like to plant everything. And I will plant when it's a drought, bare root, seedlings that small. I won't do it in full sun, of course, but I'll do it in shade, definitely, without any issues. All these things over here, the citrus and stuff that I showed, were planted in during drought, severe drought. For Florida, you've got to get real. Florida drought is not really drought, but people think it is because they think that the sand can't hold the soil. Well, it probably can't because they don't have any life in their sand, and life is water in your soil, so it holds it in the form of life, and the fungal matrix connects everything, and that's why you stay off of it and you don't mow it and you don't drive all over it, because again, you're putting our black rubber forever chemicals directly into your soil. They mowed here for years. It was killing the trees. People don't know any better. People mimic the person that has the biggest barn and the best pastures habits. And around here they mow. So everyone downstream mimics that. So that's what was going on here for years. And they still do it. They can't tell you why they do it. They just do it. But I'm not going to get into why you don't do it, but it's not good to do that much. You're not growing a crop. You're growing a lawn. And we grow crops. We're trying to grow food. Not lawn. Just crazy. Food for something. Food for life. Food for us. Food for other plants. So these are the seeds. I'm going to show you how I plant them. I look for a cassava. So the cassava, they eat the leaves off a lot. So here's one over here that has some leaves on it, I can see. And then I just take my finger, put it in the ground, a little deeper than that because they're pretty big seeds, so like 1.5 inches, and cover it up and walk away. Snakes, come on, I don't need your help. The heliconia is growing up here. This survived the winter also, late winter, but it's doing just fine. Supposedly you can't even grow that in Florida without watering it, but our heliconia has never been watered, and neither have these bananas. Look at how nice these bananas look. I mean, they look good. These are the ones I never chopped the tops of them off. And I planted them in basically the last week in October, the first week in November, 2024. And I got them from Frog Valley Farm, where they've been dry farmed their entire life. I've never watered them for 9 years there. And they all came from a group of bananas. And I divided over 650 of them all together. So 5 of them are down there, and about 160 are up here. The latest group I took off of pups. And down there we get bananas. I have bananas. I'm sure it's going to be year round. If hurricane doesn't come through and totally wipe out all the bananas that are on the trees, which happened last year because of Milton, then we would have bananas every day. So here's another cassava. Put it in there. Put it in there and do that. There's some little cow manure remnants here. I did sprinkle cow manure on my seeds, just a tiny little bit on that those white napkins. So I inoculated them with holistically grown miniature zebu manure. Yeah, the bananas are looking good. Look at them. These bananas never turned brown when it got down to 26 degrees here. So this leaf obviously is new, but it had an older leaf on it. This one still has it on there, right here. But these are the new leaves. This one has the old leaf, but they never died from the 26 degrees it was a couple times, at least twice I know of. But it's kind of this weird Florida freeze. So if it gets 26 anywhere else, you got to cover your pipes, otherwise they're going to crack. But here, they don't crack because it's so short-lived. When you have this going on, that's biology. Lots of biology. That's what the key of the system is in Florida. The water in the system is the biology makes up 80% of that tree. That's a lot of weight in water, because each biology is 70% of the biology is water. So it's a lot of water. To say that there's no water in Florida is because you've killed all the life that was in the soil in the form of whatever plants were growing there. That's what people like to do, clear out areas, clean it up, and turn it into a lawn. Plant a palm tree and put a hedge in. If they're real creative, and call it a day, and then drive all over it, and the water just runs off. Where if you have this, once it gets a little less compacted, because this was a lawn for probably 20 years, I think, and not like Vero Beach, which was 50 years, 55 years or something like that. It starts holding water, because the life that moves through here makes pore space in the soil, so that in that pore space, water that when it rains can be stored in there, and that's how you get it to cycle nutrients for your plants. It's you can't really achieve that when you mow it with rubberized tires, kill everything, totally decimate the fungal matrix, which is going to connect everything, and water runs off of it rather than into it. So aggravating. The neighbor who has a boat business down in Miami is mowing the fields next door where he lives, because that's what people do. There's no weeds growing in there. The cows have kept it mowed down, but I don't know. That's what they like to do. I figured out how many times I could drive to Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm and back on the hours that the neighbor across the street mows their basically 30-acre lawn. 3 times in a day I could drive to Vero, I could drive back here, and then drive back down there again. And he does that for three straight days. Nobody's told these people that they're paying to be a slave for the big oil. I don't know. When I was a kid, people would cut hay. When you had 20 acres, you'd make hay. So they'd let it grow, and then they'd cut it, like once in California, non-irrigated, some places, and that was sufficient. But here in Florida, around here anyway, and I've seen it elsewhere. They like to mow once a week. No animals, just lawn. But anyway, you get it. Something wrong with it. Everything's changed, got turned upside down since I was a child. I think it's the plastic and the internet and the pollution that is crept into our lives. Made people not even realize that they're programmed, and that's what they're running on. Anyway, that's it. I'm Eric, and that was my video at Ups and Downs Farm update. I love it. So beautiful here. Hear all the frogs. My little Snickers is happy. The deer is happy. The cows are happy. It's quite beautiful. Nature, ain't she grand? Have an excellent day. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. I always enjoy hearing from you.